Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning? And instead of feeling rested, your whole body feels heavy, tired, and completely drained. If that sounds familiar, I want you to stay with me for a moment. I'm Dr. Johnny, and what I'm about to tell you is urgent, because the symptoms you're brushing off as aging or a bad night's sleep could actually be the earliest signs of something far more dangerous, something that sneaks up on millions of Americans every year. And by the time most people realize what's happening, more than half of their kidney function is already gone. But here's the good news. You're hearing this now before the damage becomes irreversible. And tonight you'll learn the simple nighttime habits that quietly push your kidneys toward failure, and the powerful bedtime choices that can start lowering your creatinine as soon as tonight. So don't look away, because once you understand what's happening inside your body while you sleep, you'll never ignore these warning signs again. And once you realize how even the smallest nighttime snack can sabotage your kidneys, there's something even more frustrating that most people never see coming. The foods they think are healthy may actually be some of the most harmful. This is the mistake I see nearly every week in my clinic. Good people trying their best eating what magazines or influencers tell them is clean superfood or heart healthy, without realizing that for someone with declining kidney function, those same foods can quietly accelerate damage. One of the most heartbreaking cases was a woman named Margaret, 64 years old, soft-spoken, meticulous with her diet. She ate salads, daily blended green smoothies, followed every trend the internet recommended. Yet her creatinine kept rising. Her ankles stayed swollen, and every morning she woke up feeling like her body was fighting a losing battle. When we dug deeper, the truth was almost painful. Her healthy choices, spinach smoothies, beet salads, Swiss chard, sautéed with olive oil, were all packed with oxalates and potassium, perfect for someone with normal kidneys, destructive for someone whose kidneys were already struggling to keep up. And the research backs this up. According to data from the National Institutes of Health, high-oxalate vegetables increase the risk of kidney stone formation by up to 215% in individuals with reduced kidney filtration. Potassium-rich greens, while excellent for heart health in the general population, can cause silent potassium buildup in those with CKD, raising the risk of heart rhythm disturbances and worsening morning fatigue. Even a single large spinach smoothie can deliver over 900 milligrams of potassium, far more than weakened kidneys can safely clear in a short time. That superfood glow comes at a cost the kidneys simply can't afford. But the real trap here is psychological. When people believe they're eating the right foods, they let their guard down. They eat larger portions. They eat them more often. They assume they're helping their health, when in reality they're overwhelming the very organs fighting to keep them alive. It's not their fault no one teaches this. Not enough doctors explain it. And the diet advice out there is built for healthy kidneys, not vulnerable ones. The good news is that once you understand which healthy foods can become hazardous, you gain back control. You stop guessing. You stop harming your body unintentionally. And you open the door to kidney-safe alternatives that nourish you without triggering inflammation or mineral overload. In a moment, I'll reveal the vegetables and nighttime snacks that act like gentle bodyguards for your kidneys, foods that many of my patients use to lower their morning swelling and stabilize their creatinine within weeks. But only knowing which foods to avoid isn't enough, because the real transformation begins when you learn which specific nighttime foods can actively help your kidneys heal while you sleep, and that's where everything starts to change. And once you understand how certain so-called healthy foods can secretly overload your kidneys, it becomes even more important to discover the foods that do the opposite, the ones that actually give your kidneys a break during the hours they're working the hardest. And surprisingly, one of the most powerful nighttime kidney-supporting foods isn't exotic, expensive, or complicated. It's something almost all of us grew up eating when we were sick or needed comfort: unsweetened applesauce. Unsweetened applesauce is one of those rare foods that feels gentle on your stomach while also being incredibly gentle on your kidneys. I remember a patient named Henry, a retired firefighter who struggled with creatinine levels that wouldn't budge no matter what he tried. His mornings were miserable, heavy legs, puffy eyes, foggy brain. But after replacing his usual late-night crackers and cheese with half a cup of plain applesauce, he noticed something almost unbelievable. His swelling reduced within a week, and his morning energy slowly returned. Not because applesauce is magic, but because it eases the burden on the kidneys right when they need it most. The science behind this is beautifully simple. Unsweetened applesauce is naturally low in potassium, around 90 milligrams per half cup, and extremely low in phosphorus, two minerals weakened kidneys struggle to handle. But its real power comes from pectin, a special type of soluble fiber that binds to waste products in the gut before they ever reach the bloodstream. In other words, pectin grabs onto toxins so your kidneys don't have to. Multiple studies have shown that diets rich in pectin can reduce nitrogenous waste and support lower creatinine levels over time. It's like giving your kidneys a personal assistant during the night shift. And because applesauce digests easily, it doesn't trigger the metabolic stress that heavier foods cause while you sleep. There's no sodium spike, no potassium overload, no phosphorus additives, just clean, gentle nourishment that quietly supports your filtration system. Adding a sprinkle of cinnamon can even help stabilize nighttime blood sugar, which is crucial for protecting kidney function long-term. This is why I often call applesauce the quiet healer. It doesn't shout its benefits. It doesn't trend on social media. But for the kidneys, it's a breath of relief they rarely get. But as helpful as applesauce is, it's only the beginning, because the next nighttime food is even more surprising, and it can flush out kidney-straining toxins with a power most people completely overlook. And once you see how a simple bowl of applesauce can lift some of the weight off your kidneys, the next food becomes even more fascinating, because this one doesn't just reduce your kidneys' workload, it actively helps flush out the very toxins that keep your creatinine high. And chances are, it's sitting inside your refrigerator right now, fresh, crisp cucumber sticks. Cucumbers are more than a crunchy side dish. They're a hydrated lifeline for kidneys that spend the night fighting to keep your body balanced. I'll never forget Michael, a patient in his 70s who struggled with nighttime dehydration without even realizing it. He rarely felt thirsty, so he assumed he was hydrated enough. But every morning he woke up with swollen legs, dark urine, and pounding headaches, classic signs that his kidneys were crying out for more clean fluid overnight. When we added a handful of cucumber sticks to his evening routine, the change was dramatic. His urine output improved within days, and he told me, "Doc, I didn't think a vegetable could make me feel lighter in the morning." There's real science behind his experience. Cucumbers are 95% water, but unlike chugging a glass of water before bed, which can cause uncomfortable nighttime bathroom trips, the slow-release hydration from cucumbers works steadily through the night. This gives your kidneys a smooth, steady flow of fluid that helps them filter waste more effectively without overloading your bladder. Even better, cucumbers are naturally low in potassium and phosphorus, making them one of the safest vegetables for people with declining kidney function. A half-cup serving contains only a trace amount of potassium, far safer than high-potassium snacks like oranges, tomatoes, or even healthy smoothies. Their antioxidants, including flavonoids and vitamin C, help lower nighttime inflammation in kidney tissues, which is crucial because inflammation is one of the silent drivers of kidney decline. And here's something many people don't know. Cucumbers contain small amounts of magnesium that help ease those nighttime leg cramps so many kidney patients struggle with. It's not just hydration, it's a full-body sense of relief. But there is one rule: never eat them pickled. Pickled cucumbers are loaded with sodium, sometimes 600, 800 milligrams per serving, which forces the kidneys into panic mode. Fresh and raw is the only way to experience their true benefits. Cucumber sticks are simple, affordable, and incredibly kidney-friendly. They don't ask your kidneys to work harder. They help your kidneys do less while still doing better. But if cucumbers quietly hydrate and cleanse you overnight, the next nighttime food does something even more impressive. It helps balance the very acid levels that trigger muscle breakdown and push creatinine even higher. And if cucumbers give your kidneys the steady overnight hydration they desperately need, the next nighttime food combination goes even deeper because it doesn't just support your kidneys, it helps calm one of the most damaging processes happening inside your body while you sleep: silent acid buildup. You see, many people with declining kidney function develop something called metabolic acidosis, a condition where acid quietly accumulates in the blood because the kidneys can no longer clear it efficiently. Most people never feel it happening, but they wake up with muscle soreness, fatigue, and a strange sense that their body is heavier than it was the day before. That's exactly what happened to Daniel, a 58-year-old mechanic who came to me frustrated because his creatinine wouldn't stabilize and his muscles kept feeling weaker. He told me, "Doc, I feel like I'm losing strength even though I'm not doing anything differently." But he was going to bed every night with more acid in his system than his kidneys could handle. That's where celery with hummus became a small but game-changing part of his nighttime routine. Celery, as simple as it seems, has a naturally alkaline-forming effect in the body. That means it helps neutralize excess acid, giving your kidneys some relief from one of the heaviest burdens they face. Meanwhile, hummus adds a gentle boost of plant-based protein, far easier for the kidneys to process than the animal-based proteins most people snack on at night. Just 2 tablespoons of hummus provide healthy fats from olive oil, magnesium from chickpeas, and kidney-friendly calcium from tahini nutrients that support your muscles and blood vessels without overwhelming your filtration system. Scientifically, this combination makes sense. Research published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology shows that reducing dietary acid load can slow kidney decline and even reduce muscle breakdown, which is a direct source of creatinine. In other words, every time you bring down your acid levels, you protect your kidneys from having to work overtime. And celery does this naturally, while hummus provides satisfying flavor without the salt bombs you find in processed snacks. But here's the key. It has to be fresh celery and low-sodium hummus. Many store-bought hummus brands contain too much sodium, which can undo the benefits. Homemade or low-sodium options are the safest way to support your kidneys. For many of my patients, including Daniel, this small switch led to more stable morning blood pressure, lighter legs, and fewer muscle cramps, all signs that nighttime stress on the kidneys was decreasing. Celery with hummus isn't flashy, it's not a trendy health food, but it's one of those quiet, powerful habits that rewires your nighttime chemistry in the best possible way. But as powerful as this combo is, the next nighttime food is even more surprising because it protects your kidneys not by adding something, but by what it doesn't contain, and the difference it makes might shock you. And once you understand how celery and hummus help neutralize the hidden acid buildup that silently wears down your kidneys, it's time to look at one of the most underestimated nighttime snacks of all, because this one isn't powerful for what it adds to your body, but for what it doesn't add. And sometimes the absence of stress is the single greatest gift you can give your kidneys. I'm talking about plain unsalted rice cakes. Plain rice cakes may look boring, almost too simple to matter, but for kidneys that are already fighting to stay balanced, simplicity is exactly the point. One of my patients, Evelyn, a 62-year-old grandmother, used to reach for crackers, popcorn seasoning, or cheese bites whenever she felt hungry before bed. They felt harmless. But hidden inside those light snacks were sodium phosphorus additives and processed fats ingredients that turned her nights into a metabolic battlefield. When we swapped all of that for 1 or 2 plain rice cakes, her morning swelling reduced so dramatically she called me and said, "Doctor, my shoes actually fit again." And the science absolutely backs up her experience. A plain unsalted rice cake typically contains less than 10 milligrams of sodium, almost no phosphorus, and no potassium spikes. That means it doesn't trap water in your body, doesn't raise your blood pressure overnight, and doesn't add the phosphorus load that weakens bones and damages blood vessels. Its light, crisp texture breaks down easily in the digestive system, producing far less nitrogen waste than protein-heavy evening snacks. That matters because nitrogen waste is a direct contributor to rising creatinine levels, especially at night when kidneys are already strained. But even more importantly, rice cakes give your kidneys a quiet night. There's no hidden salt, no phosphate additives, no potassium surprises, just clean carbohydrates that offer a gentle, stable source of energy without forcing your kidneys to work harder. It's the opposite of what processed snacks do, and for many people, that difference alone can change how their mornings feel. Of course, portion control still matters. 2 rice cakes are perfect. 5 or 6 can spike blood sugar and create a new set of problems. And flavored varieties, cheddar butter, caramel, cinnamon sugar are loaded with sodium and additives that undo every bit of progress. The power of this snack is in its purity. Rice cakes are not glamorous. They don't make headlines. But for your kidneys, they are a deep breath, a moment of calm in the middle of the night, a chance to reset without the constant assault of minerals your body can't process anymore. But as gentle as rice cakes are, the next nighttime food is far more powerful because it doesn't just avoid harming your kidneys. It actively helps bind and remove toxins before they ever reach your bloodstream. And the effect it has on morning creatinine might surprise you. And if plain rice cakes give your kidneys the quiet, gentle break they desperately need, the next nighttime food takes things one step further. Because instead of simply avoiding harm, this one actively traps toxins before they ever reach your bloodstream. It's simple, it's comforting, and it works beautifully with the natural rhythm of your body. At night, fresh apple slices with just a light dusting of cinnamon. I can't tell you how many patients have underestimated this combination, including a man named Joseph, a 67-year-old former pilot who struggled with swelling, foamy urine and unpredictable morning energy. He was the type of person who believed healthy foods had to be complicated chia puddings, protein bars, green powders. But none of that helped him wake up feeling refreshed. When we swapped those snacks for something as humble as sliced apples with cinnamon, his mornings began to change. His legs felt lighter, his mind clearer, his creatinine leveled out in a way that even surprised him. He told me, "Doc, I didn't know something this ordinary could feel this good." And the science behind this is incredibly solid. Apples are naturally low in potassium, low in phosphorus, and rich in a soluble fiber called pectin, the same gentle fiber found in applesauce. Pectin works like a sponge inside your digestive system, binding to urea and other nitrogenous waste products so they don't recirculate back into the bloodstream. That means your kidneys have less waste to filter during the night, giving them a break when they need it most. Each medium apple also contains around 4 grams of fiber antioxidants that calm inflammation and natural compounds that protect the delicate blood vessels inside your kidneys. Cinnamon adds another layer of protection. It helps stabilize blood sugar levels overnight, preventing the glucose spikes that exhaust your kidneys and speed up kidney decline, especially in people with diabetes or prediabetes. Cinnamon also contains potent antioxidants like cinnamaldehyde that reduce oxidative stress, one of the silent drivers behind chronic kidney damage. And because cinnamon enhances flavor without requiring sugar or salt, it keeps your nighttime routine delicious without adding harmful ingredients. The beauty of this snack lies in its balance. It's sweet without sugar filling, without heaviness, and detoxifying without being harsh. And unlike many fruits that are too high in potassium to be kidney-friendly, apples give you all the benefits without the risk. This is why I often describe apple and cinnamon as a kidney whisperer, quiet, supportive, and consistently beneficial. But here's the part that surprises most people. The impact is strongest when you keep the portion simple. 1 medium apple sliced thin is perfect. 2 or 3 can raise blood sugar more than you want right before bed. So the trick is not eating more, it's eating smart, eating light, and eating something your kidneys can handle gently. Apple slices with cinnamon may seem ordinary, but when paired with the physiology of nighttime kidney function, they become extraordinary. And once people experience the clarity and comfort this combo brings to their mornings, they almost never go back. But as powerful as apples and cinnamon are, the next nighttime food might shock you the most because it's a snack people often associate with movies and fun. Yet when prepared the right way, it becomes one of the safest, lightest, and most kidney-friendly foods you can eat before bed. And if apple slices with cinnamon feel like the gentle detox your kidneys have been waiting for, then this next nighttime snack is going to surprise you even more because it's something most people associate with movies, fun, and guilty pleasure, not kidney health. Yet when it's prepared the right way, it becomes one of the lightest, safest, and most kidney-friendly snacks you can enjoy before bed. I'm talking about simple air-popped popcorn. I once treated a woman named Clara, a retired librarian in her early 70s. She loved popcorn. It was the snack she shared with her grandkids, the one thing she looked forward to on quiet evenings. But when her creatinine began creeping upward, she assumed she had to give it up completely. What she didn't know was that the problem wasn't the popcorn itself. It was the microwave bags loaded with salt butter flavoring and phosphorus additives. When we switched her to plain air-popped popcorn with no oil and no seasoning, her nighttime swelling eased and her morning fatigue lifted. She told me, "I feel like I can finally enjoy something again without paying the price the next morning." And it makes perfect sense. Plain air-popped popcorn contains only about 30 calories per cup, almost no sodium, and virtually no phosphorus. That means your kidneys don't face the mineral overload that processed snacks usually create. Even better, popcorn contains natural polyphenols, powerful antioxidants that reduce inflammation and oxidative stress inside the kidneys. And since oxidative stress is one of the biggest contributors to declining kidney function, reducing it at night can make a real difference over time. There's even a subtle benefit most people don't realize. Air-popped popcorn contains small but meaningful amounts of magnesium and fiber. The magnesium helps ease muscle tension and nighttime cramps, a common issue in chronic kidney disease. The fiber helps bind small amounts of waste in the digestive tract, preventing them from being reabsorbed into the bloodstream. All of this adds up to a snack that doesn't weigh down your kidneys and doesn't leave you feeling heavy before you sleep. Of course, portion control still matters. 3 to 4 cups are perfect for a light bedtime snack, but if you go beyond 6 cups, you may experience bloating or nighttime blood sugar fluctuations that disrupt sleep. And under no circumstances should you go back to microwave or flavored popcorn. Those varieties can contain 200 to 400 milligrams of sodium per serving, plus hidden phosphate additives that are extremely harmful to your kidneys. Air-popped popcorn may not be glamorous, but it gives your kidneys the one thing they crave most at night: peace. No stress, no overload, no toxins, just a gentle, light snack that satisfies your cravings without punishing your body the next morning. And once people feel the difference, once they wake up without that heavy, swollen, worn-out sensation, they understand why a simple bowl of popcorn can be such a powerful tool in protecting kidney health. But all of this leads us to something even deeper, because while these nighttime snacks help protect your kidneys, while you sleep, there's an emotional and psychological layer to kidney health that most people completely overlook. And that hidden layer may be the key to lasting change. And once you see how something as simple as air-popped popcorn can give your kidneys the calm they've been begging for, it opens the door to a part of this journey that people rarely talk about: the emotional side of kidney disease. Because kidney problems aren't just physical, they're emotional, they're mental. They quietly drain your confidence, your sense of control, and sometimes even your hope. And for many people, the hardest part isn't the swelling or the fatigue, it's lying in bed at night, wondering if things will ever get better. I remember a man named Harold, 61 years old, who told me that the fear didn't hit him in the doctor's office. It hit him at home when he laid down in the dark and wondered if he'd wake up with his kidneys worse than the day before. He wasn't afraid of the numbers on his lab report. He was afraid of losing the life he recognized: the morning walks, the ability to lift his granddaughter, the quiet dignity of feeling strong enough to do simple things without help. And what kept him awake wasn't always the disease. It was the feeling of having no control. That's why these nighttime choices matter more than people realize. Because each small decision, choosing apples instead of ice cream cucumbers, instead of chips, rice cakes instead of crackers, becomes a message you send to yourself. A message that says, I haven't given up. I'm still fighting. I'm doing something for my body even when I'm scared. And that emotional shift is powerful. When people begin to feel like they're participating in their own healing, their stress drops, their sleep improves, their blood pressure stabilizes, and their mornings become a little lighter. Not because of the food alone, but because of the mindset that food creates. Science backs this emotional connection. Studies show that chronic stress can raise blood pressure, increase inflammation, and accelerate kidney decline. But when patients feel empowered, when they see themselves taking back control, markers like morning cortisol and nighttime blood pressure begin to improve. That's why the simple act of choosing the right bedtime snack isn't just nutrition. It's self-care. It's psychological strength. It's hope turned into action. And once patients feel that shift, everything changes. Their confidence returns. Their fear becomes fuel. And suddenly, kidney care isn't about restriction anymore. It's about choosing what supports them, what makes them feel good, what helps them wake up with a little more energy and a little less fear. But emotional empowerment is only part of the story. Because while these small nighttime habits can protect your kidneys, there's a much larger truth you need to understand, one that explains why so many people think they're eating healthy while they're unknowingly speeding up kidney damage. And what I'm about to reveal can completely change the way you look at vegetable superfoods and your entire daily diet. especially if you're over 50. Before we wrap up, I want you to hear this from me clearly. You are not powerless in this journey. Your kidneys may be fighting hard right now, but every small choice you make, every mindful snack, every gentle habit, every moment you choose to care for yourself is a step toward protecting the life you still have ahead of you. So be kind to yourself. Don't panic. Don't give up. Take it one evening at a time, one smart decision at a time, and you'll be amazed at how much strength your body can regain. And if tonight's video helped you understand even one thing about your kidneys, don't let it disappear. Save this video so you can come back to it whenever you feel unsure. Share it with someone you care about because you never know whose life you might be helping. And make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications because I'm going to keep giving you the latest, most important medical insights to help you protect your kidneys, lower your creatinine, and stay in control of your health. You deserve access to information that can truly make a difference. And finally, I want to leave you with hope. Your kidneys have worked tirelessly for you every single day of your life. Now you have the chance to give something back to support them, protect them, and give them the conditions they need to keep going strong. You're not alone in this. I'm here with you. This community is here with you. And as long as you keep taking small, consistent steps, there is always a reason to believe that tomorrow can be better than today.